My name is June Mwihaki Thuna. I'm from Kenya, and I came with my grandmother. I brought my grandmother, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in Kenya last year around July. She was diagnosed at a point when they said that it was stage 2 in Kenya. But upon arrival here and after they ran tests at Dharamshila Hospital, they concluded that it was at stage 3 and hence began the treatment. We began treatment at a hospital called Mpisha in Nairobi. Before settling for Mpisha, we had gone to several hospitals seeking tests and other opinions, second and third opinions. So finally, we settled for Mpisha, but we felt that from previous cases that we had interacted with, it would be better to begin treatment in India. We felt that we were more likely to find more advanced technology to tackle the problem at that point. So when we finally made the decision that India was the best option for us, our first stop was the internet. We Googled and we narrowed down to several options. At the time, of course, being in Kenya and having so many Kenyans coming to this side, we already had a few ideas of the hospitals that we could go to. But so we went online and tried to research, based on success stories, based on the costs of the different hospitals, and of course also based on maybe the people that we had heard of that had gone to specific hospitals. We had one particular family friend who knew someone who had been to this hospital, and that's the closest that we knew of someone who had been here in India. Yeah, and so that way we were able to decide on Dharamshila. Well, it's been a long journey. It began in November 2015 on the 7th. It was an uncertain journey in the sense that we had never been to India. Everything was going to be new, but I must say that it was made a lot easier by the communication with the hospital. The staff were very prompt. Specifically Shubda and Renu, who were my contacts at the time. They made it very easy to move from Kenya to here. They arranged for my pickup at the airport. They sent Ashish, who was here then. And even though we had trouble in Dubai and all that, Shubda specifically was involved in making sure that we finally got here and we were received very well. So that was good, because one of the challenges of being an international patient and in a country that is on a different continent is that everything is new. So it helps when you have someone to help you with the transition. Also because I came with an elderly person, it was useful for us to know that we would be comfortable here. Yes, so when we arrived, immediately we had a bit of a problem because the funds transfer from that was done in Kenya took time to get to India. However, I feel that we were accommodated well, and immediately, as soon as it was possible, treatment began. And treatment began with a lot of tests and diagnosis. So I felt that a lot of thought was put into the treatment plan that they were going to give us, which was important to us. We did not feel like we got that kind of care in Kenya. So finally we began chemotherapy, and from what we had heard and from what we had read, we anticipated a lot more side effects. That was not the case for her, and at her age I thought that it would be a lot harder for her. It was not. She was able to tolerate the chemotherapy well, which I must say has to do with the kind of chemotherapy that she got here. While in Kenya, she received chemotherapy for a month, and that was really difficult for her. So compare that with the treatment that she got here for the duration of time that she got it and the way she was able to tolerate it. So I will definitely attribute her ability to tolerate on the kind of treatment that she got here, which of course I'm very grateful for. We're excited. We are looking forward to going home. It's been a long journey. My grandmother keeps asking me every day when we are going back home, and she's very happy. She keeps telling me that the doctors here have been very kind to her because, you know, the lump was such a bother and now she knows that the disease is gone. Yeah, so she's very happy. Yes, I would recommend Dharamshila Hospital to just about anyone. I think the treatment here is good. The fact that it's a research hospital is an added advantage because it means that you're able to access the most recent treatments, you know, that are available in the market. Yeah. There is hope. It's not a death sentence. There is hope. I know sometimes when you get the diagnosis, it seems bleak. It seems as though, you know, it's a death sentence, and it's not. So we are living testaments that it's possible to outlive, that it's possible to survive cancer.
Okay, so Mrs. Beatrice is a case of carcinoma breast left side. She's been treated extensively for this disease here. Since her tumor was a bit advanced to start with, so initially she received chemotherapy. After receiving chemotherapy, she underwent a surgery. She had a very good response to chemotherapy. Almost the entire tumor had disappeared. But since the tumor was big and advanced to start with, she also required additional radiation. And additional radiation meant at least 5 weeks of treatment for her. So she underwent radiation, which was done daily for 5 weeks. After that, she received extra radiation to her scar because her skin was involved with the tumor to start with. She underwent the entire treatment as if she just sailed on. It was a very comfortable treatment for her. She had a very mild symptoms like sore throat and fall in blood counts, which was managed conservatively, and she has completed her entire treatment today, and we are very happy for her in the sense that she has underwent the treatment very nicely.